Delarite, my MVVs, welcome. Delarite, we heard that palace was on standstill as Ooni of Ife publicly held hands with Queen Naomi during a ritual that is called Iwe Masana. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's the word there. IWEMESAN and another AN. Okay. Ritual, okay? They said they publicly held hands. Delarite. This is something extraordinary happening within the sacred walls of the Ile-Ife Palace. A moment that has left both royal insiders and spiritual observers in shock, awe, and even outrage. It was during Queen Naomi's long-awaited return to the palace for the continuation of her sacred cleansing ritual. The ritual that is called the Iwe Masana, the ninth spiritual bath. Okay, this moment, which was supposed to be a quiet and deeply symbolic phase of her restoration, became a storm of controversy when the Ooni of Ife did something completely unexpected in full view of course, palace workers, okay, spiritual attendant, and even some of his other wives. He held Queen Naomi's hands publicly, an act that caused biased elders to erupt in protest, declaring that he was breaking ancient royal protocol. But what they didn't understand or refused to see was that what happened wasn't the destruction of tradition, it was the fulfillment of destiny. As Queen Naomi stepped into the palace courtyard, barefoot and robed in sacred white, her presence was magnetic, accompanied by her attendants and young Prince Tadenikawo. She carried a quiet authority that turned head, not out of curiosity, but reverence. This was not the same Naomi that left the palace in tears months or years ago. This Naomi walked like one who had conquered the wilderness and returned with fire in her spirit. Palace aide whispered blessing under their bread. Women from the inner quarters bowed slightly. Even the wind seemed to pause in reverence. Now, the Iwe Masan, the ninth spiritual bath, is a powerful ritual in Yoruba royal tradition. It is not just symbolic, it is deeply spiritual. The number 9 is believed to represent transition, divine completeness, and sacred preparation for a royal queen, especially one chosen by the spirit. The ninth cleansing marks the point of, reacceptance, where heaven and earth come together to say she is ready. It involves spiritual bathing, incense, offering, prayer from royal mothers, and ancestral invocations by the palace, Ifa. Traditionally, during this period, the king is expected to keep a sacred distance. He may observe from afar, but he must not engage, especially not physically. This is to allow the energies of purification to fully do their work without emotional interference. But what happened next was something no one expected. As Naomi approached the sacred spring at the center of the palace where the cleansing was to take place, the Ooni of Ife himself came forward. Not only did he walk towards her, but he reached out his hands openly, confidently, and Naomi, though surprised, took it. They stood there, their fingers intertwined with Tadenikawo by their side for a long moment. There was silence. It was as if the ancestors themselves had come to witness the reunion. Then, all at once, a wave of murmurs rippled through the elders seated nearby. Some rose to their feet, visibly agitated. One particularly vocal elder, known for his rigid interpretation of tradition, declared, "This is not how it is done. Until Queen Naomi completes all 13 cleansing stages, she's not to be seen with the king, let alone touch. This weakens the sanctity of the ritual. This is mockery of our ways." Others quickly nodded in agreement, slapping their staff to the ground as a sign of protest. But before their outrage could swell into open condemnation, a much older and more respected elder stood up. His name is whispered in the palace as one of the guardians of ancient knowledge. He rose his hands, silencing the noise, and in a voice that carried the weight of truth, he said, "You speak of tradition as though it were a dead stone. But tradition is a living spirit, and sometimes the spirit moves beyond the lines we draw for it. The Ooni's love for Naomi is not a weakness, it is prophecy fulfilling itself. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Delaram. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the source. It's still on the royals. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you so much. I love you. I share and do my people. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Daylight, my daylight, my daylight, my own people. Daylight, my daylight, my daylight, my super people. Esheo adukbeo, my people. Now, the protesting elders had no answer to that. They, sank back into their seat, defeated not by power, but by truth. As for the Ooni, he could no longer hide what his heart had always known. His face, often a royal mask of composure, was glowing with joy. Witnesses say he smiled like a young man in love. His eyes never left Queen Naomi's face. One of the younger queens, watching from a distance, reportedly whispered, "I have never seen Kabiyesi like this. His entire being lights up when Queen Naomi is near." And that's what the other wives couldn't deny. They didn't need to hear what they saw it. The way they only stepped quickly, when he saw her. The way his mood changed instantly. For regal formality to, heartfelt excitement, okay? The wife, normally filled with confidence and pride, were suddenly quiet. Not a word passed between them. They could only watch as the king of Ife, the, spiritual custodian of an entire people, bend the rules of tradition just to be near Queen Naomi. It was a moment that told the entire kingdom something that has long been whispered, but now confirmed in action. Naomi is not just a queen. She is the queen, the one who holds the heart, the one chosen, not just by man, but by the spirit. They say the ceremony went on, but nothing could overshadow what had already happened. Naomi entered the sacred waters of Iwe, Masana, her white in her white garment, glowing under the, under the light, under the night. The spiritual mothers chanted, the incense rose, and the drums spoke to the heaven. The Ooni remained nearby, not far as tradition demands, but close, present, not as a rule breaker, but as a king, claiming what is his. Daylight is not a small something. Naomi has been through a lot, that they said she must go through the 13th ritual, okay? This way, Masan, sorry, I may not be pronouncing that well. I know you're not, you're used to my pronunciation. Please forgive me, okay? I know you know what this is about and you can pronounce it better. And so the way you're pronouncing it for you and myself, okay? They said she had to come for that ritual, which is the 9th ritual remaining for, and the 2 full moons left for her to be completely reinstated. And they said the Ooni of Ife was so happy. The biased elder started dragging again. Ooni of Ife is not supposed to be seen in public with Queen Naomi and all of that. Ooni said, how is this public? This is not public. This is not the entire world. I'm with my kingsmen. I am with the Ifa. The Ifas are here. If the Ifas are not seeing anything wrong with what I'm doing, how come you guys are taking it so personal? Because all their own is that Queen Naomi should not finish her restoration ritual, so she returns back to the palace. But God passed all of them. I'm going to bring you more updates. Do not forget, these are all, alleged rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media should not be seen as fact.